So the one that's in like the clear white, in the clear is typically no blood disorder. And then the trait is the ones that are in half. And then the ones that are filled in is the full disease. And y'all can see, come on, focus. Y'all can see for yourself how it would break down. Let me see what health complications are. Okay. Now this is what I was talking about here. Put yours on the charger. I want you to read that. Gary's gonna. Ooh, sorry, not too close. Gary's gonna read it because his phone is dying. And I don't want it to die. I'm gonna get peanuts. Hannah, we're not getting peanuts right now. I'm gonna have him read it because his phone is dying. So this is what I was talking about. This is the main reason I was making this video for these two next sections. Right here. And I have another thing I sent them on the donation of blood and things.
Right here, this part here.
Yeah, complications.
The complications. Okay. Christian looks like reading. Okay. Most people with sickle cell trait do not have any symptoms of the sickle cell disease. Although, in rare cases,
which I'm one of the rare
cases, people with sickle cell trait might experience complications of the sickle cell disease, such as pain crisis.
That I have the pain. Hold on, Gary. Okay. I have the pain crisis.
And in extreme circumstances, sudden death.
Well, I'm still alive.
More research is needed to find out why some people with sickle cell trait have complications and others do not. In their extreme form and in rare cases, the following conditions could be harmful for people with sickle cell trait. Increased pressure in the atmosphere while scuba diving.
Hold on.
For example.
Yes, when the doctor tested me in 2010, the first thing he told me is, well, you can't fly. What? Okay. Please stop.
Sorry, people.
I got kids. They're fighting over a wig. The first thing the doctor told me is, you can't fly because if you fly, you will have a sickle cell you will have sickle cell crisis. Meaning, how he explained it to me is, if I fly because it's such a high altitude, it will cause bubble in my blood. And since the cells are not fully round, they're sickled, they're already weak because, they don't have the full oxygen. So the first thing he told me is, you can't fly. I was like, well, that don't bother me because I'm afraid of heights. So that's a win-win situation. But that's the first thing he told me. And then me and Gary read about the scuba diving. And I was like, that's all well and good because I don't like water on my face. So that's a win-win situation. But I was just wanting to explain that part with the scuba diving. I'm not going to go scuba diving because water, like that much water, scares me.
Yeah, and she just explained the second part. The second one is low oxygen levels in the air. For example, when you're in a mountain climbing, exercising extremely hard in the military boot camp, or training for an athletic competition. Dehydration.
Which I'm always dehydrated. I love water.
Too little water in your body.
Yeah. Which, now, I have a double negative. Like, my body is stupid. because with that, like, I do experience like extreme dehydration, but I have water retention on the brain. So I have too much water up here, but not enough water in the rest of my body. I know.
And then the last one was high altitudes. Flying, mountain climbing, or visiting the city. It's to a high altitude. That was the end of those. The next one is how will a person know if he or she has a sickle cell trait?
Yes, which you get a blood test.
Yeah. A simple blood test can be done to find out if someone has sickle cell trait. The testing is available at most hospitals and medical centers from sickle cell disease community-based organizations and at local health departments. A small sample of blood is taken from the finger, a needle prick, and evaluated in a laboratory. If the results of the test reveal that someone has sickle cell trait, it is important that he or she know that sickle cell trait is, how it can affect him or her, and if and how sickle cell disease runs in his or her family. The best way to find out if and how sickle cell disease runs in a person's family is for the person to see a genetic counselor. These professionals have experts.
Which I did not see a genetics counseling. When the doctor gave me my results, he's like, well, are you planning on having kids? And I'm like, yes. And he goes, okay, well, you and your partner needs to come in and talk to a, what was that called? A genetic counselor. And I was like, I don't think that'd be a problem. I know I'm stupid. And I was thinking from the sense of, because I would be in an interracial relationship, Gary is not Mediterranean.
I didn't know that. I thought I was African.
I was just saying. I was like, okay, I don't think that would be a problem if we had kids, because he's not Mediterranean and he's not black. And he goes, well, you can still pass it to the child. And I was just like, you know what, you're right. Like, I felt stupid after saying it, but I still didn't talk to a genetics counselor, because I'm waiting until my body is like, okay, you can have a baby. And then I'd be like, okay, like, I have this, and I know I have to talk to a genetics counselor. Because my friend Jennifer, when she got pregnant, I think it was with Kaylee, which is her second oldest child. The daddy is hypoglycemic, and they were like, well, we need to talk to you. Talk to you about that, because he's hypoglycemic. He was born, like that, and he still, had, problems, and, he's an adult. And so they was doing that just in case it got passed on to, her kid. And I don't think that did, but I think he had, I don't know if he has seizures, but the little girl has seizures, but they're under control. But we don't know where that came from, because she doesn't have them, and if he does have them, he doesn't, he didn't know that he was epileptic, or if it's in his family. So we didn't know that was something that we need to test for. But anyhow, I'm sorry.
That's pretty much it. I'm going to do this here. One more detail.
Well, hold on, Gary. Hold on. Go to the thingy. And this, I made a video about this next thing. It bothered me more than anything, because I love people. I want to help people. And so, I'm a big Kentucky fan. Right now, I like Kentucky, but right now my favorite team is Appalachian State, because of my nephew. He plays for Appalachian State. And so right now, I'm a big Appalachian State fan. because I love him, and I told him, I was like, soon as you go to college, whichever football team you play for, that would be my 100% full favorite team. So if he goes to another school, I will gladly switch. But I am a big Appalachian State team. Go number 40. What? And so, but I brought that up for this reason. I loved, and I still do, but I can't now. I love when they used to have the orange and blue blood drive, which is, Kentucky again. Well, UT, which is University of Tennessee, or, Vols versus Wildcats, the orange and blue blood drive. They were trying to raise, get blood donations to beat Kentucky. Like, I don't live in Kentucky. I did it, for the orange team because I live in Tennessee. But, like, I was like, no, like, I'm for Kentucky. But I used to love doing that. And I think I got to do it two times. Maybe it was one time before I don't remember if it was 1 or 2 times before they told me that I couldn't do it anymore.
I saw it.
What?
I'm going to get your t-shirt out so you show how you accommodate. I saw it just the other day.
Is it? He's getting my t-shirt that I edited. Like I did this. Of course, it's so immaturely made.
Yeah.
Can you see that? It's the orange and blue, and then it says medic, and then I drew a cat.